It's been nearly 2 years since the state's largest wildfire sparked in northeastern New Mexico. And while FEMA is working to get claims approved, some people are still frustrated with the process and mistakes being made. News 13's Madison Connor is here with where they are at now.
While local FEMA officials say around 63% of claims they've received have been approved for payment, one woman we heard from today says she's still waiting for relief and losing faith in the process.
Rogers Ranch was basically decimated during the fire. There were hundreds of acres of trees burned, our neighbor's property. And so the fire came right up to the edge of our house.
Her home spared, but after nearly 2 years, Heather Vucinic is still waiting to get paid from the feds for what she lost.
We lost an adobe bunkhouse that was over 100 years old.
That bunkhouse estimated to cost over $1 million. On top of that, she also lost acres of trees, landscaping, and her well. She says she's only received around $1,000 in initial payments.
There's been stories about people who have died before getting their settlements or getting to move back to their property.
Hoping to expedite the process, Vucinic recently went in person to a FEMA event in Mora, but after a 3-hour wait.
The person I was able to talk to said that, yes, we have lost 2 pieces of paperwork. And my lawyer sent me emails where he actually had acknowledgments from FEMA saying we have received that paperwork.
FEMA says it recognizes continued problems.
This has not been a perfect process. Congress directed FEMA to launch a brand new program, something FEMA does not ordinarily do after every disaster. But we are making some operational changes and we are continuing to staff up.
The claims office has approved $465 million and over 2,000 claims so far, but admits much more needs to be done.
We're really focused on unmet needs. What damage did the fire do to your life? What assistance have you already received? And how can the claims office help fill those gaps?
He says FEMA is focused on urgent situations like people facing homelessness due to the fire.
The claims office now is in a much better state than it was just a few months ago, and the processes are getting better and better.
Vucinic, who runs her own business from home, says the changes being made aren't enough.
I basically have had to make working on the fire kind of advocacy a part-time job. Which takes away from the focus and the energy I'm able to put into my own business.
To help process claims, FEMA recently announced they are expanding their Mora office as well as extending hours there to work a one-on-one with anyone impacted. Back to you.
All right. Thank you, Madison. According to federal rules, FEMA is supposed to make a decision on claims within 180 days of acknowledging a property owner's notice of loss. A group of claimants waiting on payments has a lawsuit against FEMA still pending in federal court.